The village of Noorabad was small, dusty, and forgotten by the world. But for the people who lived there, it was everything. Among them was a man known for his quiet strength and tired eyes, Hafiz Karim Bakhsh. He was poor. Not just poor in money, but poor in every visible way life tests a man. His house was made of mud, his clothes were worn, and his meals were often skipped. But inside his heart, he carried something priceless, unconditional love for his two daughters. Their names were Sana Karim and Hiba Karim. Sana, the elder one, had grown up too quickly. She spoke less, understood more, and carried responsibilities like a silent shadow. She had her mother's patience, because after their mother passed away years ago, Sana had become a reflection of her. Hiba, the younger one, was completely different. She was laughter, innocence, and dreams wrapped into one soul. She saw beauty even in broken things. And more than anything in the world, she loved a goat. That goat's name was Noor. Noor wasn't just an animal in their house. He was family. Hiba had raised him since he was a tiny kid. She fed him with her own hands, talked to him like a friend, and often said, "He understands me better than anyone." Noor would follow her everywhere, to the well, to the fields, even to the doorstep when she sat watching sunsets. When she laughed, he would jump. When she cried, he would sit quietly beside her. To Hiba, Noor wasn't a goat. He was her heart. Every night, after his daughters fell asleep, Hafiz Karim would sit outside under the open sky. His eyes would rest on the small group of goats tied near the house. "This is all I have," he would whisper to himself. Years of hard work had helped him raise a few goats. They were his only source of income, his only hope. But now, time had come for a decision he had been avoiding. His daughters were growing up. And in their society, marriage wasn't just a celebration, it was a responsibility. A heavy one. One evening, Hafiz Karim called Sana. "Daughter, you both are no longer children. I want to see you settled, married, safe." Sana lowered her eyes. She already knew what this meant. "Abba, how?" she asked softly. Hafiz Karim looked at his goats. "I will sell them." That night, he made a painful decision. He would sell every single goat he owned. Except one. Noor. Days passed. One by one, the goats were sold. The small yard that once felt alive began to look empty. But Noor remained. Hiba noticed everything, but she didn't ask questions. She trusted her father completely. Then came the news that changed her world. Eid-ul-Adha was approaching. And with it, sacrifice. In the village, people began whispering. "Hafiz Karim will sacrifice his best goat this year. That white one." Noor. Hiba overheard the conversation. Her heart froze. She ran home, her breath uneven, her hands trembling. "Abba, is it true?" she asked. Hafiz Karim stayed silent. "Are you going to sacrifice Noor?" Silence again. Tears filled her eyes. "No, you can't do this. He's mine, he's my life." Her voice broke as she held Noor tightly. "I raised him. I love him, please, Abba, don't take him away from me." Sana stood in the corner, her own eyes wet, but she understood the reality. That night, Hafiz Karim sat beside Noor. The moonlight fell softly on the ground. He placed his hand on Noor's head and whispered, "You are not just an animal, you are my daughter's happiness." Then he looked toward the sky. "Ya Allah, what should I do? If I sacrifice him, I break her heart. If I don't, will I fail in my duty to you?" Tears rolled down his face. No answer came. Only silence. The morning of Eid arrived. The village was alive with joy. Children were laughing, men were preparing for sacrifice, and prayers echoed through the air. But inside Hafiz Karim's home, there was silence. Hiba hadn't spoken since the night before. Her eyes were swollen. Her hands held Noor tightly, as if letting go meant losing everything. Sana sat beside her, trying to comfort her. "It will be okay," she whispered. But even she didn't believe it. Hafiz Karim stepped forward and gently took Noor's rope. That was it. Hiba stood up instantly and ran in front of him. "No!" Her voice echoed. "If you sacrifice Noor, I swear, I won't live either." The words hit like lightning. The entire moment froze. Hafiz Karim's hands began to shake. The knife slipped from his grip and fell to the ground. In that moment, something changed. Hafiz Karim dropped the rope. He pulled Hiba into his arms. "Daughter, Allah does not ask us to break hearts." He untied Noor. "This sacrifice will not happen." People around them were shocked. "But Karim, you're Qurbani," someone tried to speak. He raised his hand gently. "This time, my sacrifice will be different." Later that day, Hafiz Karim walked to the edge of the village. There was a small piece of land, dry, forgotten, but his. A memory of his past. He had never told anyone about it. That day, he sold it. With that money, he bought a smaller goat for sacrifice. And saved the rest for his daughter's weddings. Months later, the village gathered again. But this time, for celebration. Sana and Hiba were getting married. It wasn't a grand wedding. There were no luxuries, no decorations of wealth. But there was something more valuable. Respect. Dignity. Love. As Hiba prepared to leave, she hugged Noor tightly. "Take care of yourself," she whispered. Hafiz Karim stood at a distance, wiping his tears. A few days later, Hiba returned. And she wasn't alone. Noor walked beside her. "Abba," she smiled softly. "I've brought him with me, but I'll visit you every week." For the first time in a long time. Hafiz Karim laughed. He looked toward the sky and whispered, "Ya Allah! You accepted both my sacrifices." Sometimes sacrifice isn't about giving up an animal. Sometimes it's about giving up your comfort. Your dreams. Your possessions. For the people you love. Because in the end, the purest sacrifice is the one that saves a heart, not breaks it.